Character analysis of Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. Jimmy Potter. Jimmy is the angry young man of the play, usually found spouting tirades against the complacency of the British upper classes, and especially against his wife Alison and then his lover Helena. Born working class but highly educated, like his friends and roommate Cliff, but has an ambivalent relationship with his educated status, seeing himself mostly as a working class man, and yet frustrated that his education can do nothing to affect his class status. He is a disconcerting mixture of sincerity and cheerful malice, of tenderness and freebooting cruelty. Jimmy alienates the sensitive and insensitive alike, and his blistering honesty or apparent honesty makes few friends. Jimmy is a frustrated character, railing against his feeling of alienation and uselessness in post war England. Alison Potter, a woman from an upper class background and Jimmy's wife. She is drawn to Jimmy's energy but also exhausted by their constant fighting. Jimmy accuses her of being too complacent and lacking enthusiasm, and her own father, Colonel Redfern, agrees that she has a tendency towards too much neutrality. She feels stuck between her upper class upbringing and the working class world of her husband. Alison eventually leaves Jimmy, but returns to him later in the play after she loses their child to a miscarriage. This suffering changes her and causes her to commit more fully to the intense emotion inherent in Jimmy's world. Next is Cliff Lewis, a kind man of working class background and a good friend and roommate to both Jimmy and Alison. He lives with the couple and helps to keep them together. Cliff is easy and relaxed, almost to lethargy, with the rather sad natural intelligence of the self-taught. He and Alison have an affectionate relationship that borders on a sexual one, but both of them are content with comfortable fondness rather than burning passion. Cliff eventually decides to leave to pursue his own life rather than staying Jimmy's apartment. Helena Charles, Alison's upper class friend, who come to stay with the couple while acting in a play and end up having an affair with Jimmy after Alison leaves him. She is described as having a sense of matriarchal authority that makes most men who meet her anxious. Helena has a strong code of middle class morals that eventually force her to leave Jimmy. Colonel Redfern, Alison's father, a former colonel in the British Army, satisfied in the English colony of India. He is gentle and kindly but also brought up to command respect. After leaving his post in India, he is often slightly withdrawn and uneasy because he lives in a world where his authority was lately become less and less unquestionable. Jimmy says that the colonel is stuck in a past version of England, and the colonel himself agrees with him this. When the colonel comes to help Alison pack to leave Jimmy, he shows himself to be self-aware and incisive, commenting that both he and Alison like to stay neutral and avoid showing emotion to their detriment. Okay. Next is Who Tanner, Jimmy's friend, who took Alison and Jimmy into his apartment in the first month of their marriage. He was Jimmy's partner when they went on raids against Alison's upper class friend at fancy parties, and Jimmy saw him as a co-conspirator in the class struggle. Then he decided to leave for China to write a novel, and Jimmy felt betrayed. This revealed Jimmy's deep traditional values and his sense of patriotism. Next is Mrs. Tanner, the mother of Who Tanner, called Who Mum by Jimmy. She helped set Jimmy up with his sweet stall. Jimmy loves her, and Alison thinks this is just because she is lower class and ignorant. In the middle of the play, Jimmy learned that Who Mum has had a stroke, and Jimmy goes to visit her in the hospital. In one of his few expressions of true vulnerability, he asks Alison to come with him. She refuses and leaves him shortly thereafter. Jimmy is offended that Alison seems to see Who Mum only in terms of a class and not as a person. He thinks that society in general ignores the humanity of working class people, and that Alison's and other treatment Who Mum is a prime example. That's a minor character. First, Webster, the only one of Alison's friends that Jimmy thinks has any value. Webster plays the banjo and is able to talk in Jimmy dialect. Jimmy believes that Webster is gay. Madeline, Jimmy's first love, woman 10 years older than he is. He sees her as an example of the enthusiasm that Alison lacked. Nigel, Alison's brother, a politician. Jimmy considered him just about as vogue as you can get without actually being invisible. Alison wishes that she could have reached out to Nigel during the difficult first month of her marriage, because he could have been affectionate and loving to her. Alison's mother strongly disapproved of Jimmy and Alison's marriage and went to great lengths to prevent it. She did this out of a protective love for Alison. However, Colonel Redfern says that he thinks his wife went too far in her action. Miss Drury, the couple's landlord. Alison is worried that she will evict them for being too rowdy, while Jimmy considers her a thief, reflecting his negative view of people with financial power.